Welcome to Charge Solutions Incorporated. I'm Austin Martin, and we're going to talk about the technology inside of the RCI-1000 box so you understand what's going on, and maybe it'll help you in the field. All right, so we're going to flip over to a chart here. All right, this chart from kdex.com helps illustrate what's going on a typical lithium-ion battery, and that's the technology that we're assuming is in the devices you're charging. So what's going on is when you do a learn with the device, with the RCI box, we recommend to have your tablet or your laptop, whatever you're charging, to have a battery level of less than 50%. So if you look at the far right, the charge capacity, that's basically your battery level from 0 all the way to the 100%, and that is represented by the black dashed line. So when it is fully charged, even if it's plugged into your charger, it's really taking very little current. Now you do have battery conditioning circuits and algorithms running on your devices, your laptops and stuff. That doesn't take this into account, and it actually could help us in the end, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, so with a capacity of less than 50%, if you go back all the way over to the left side, and that dashed line starts at 0 and goes up, okay, well, you actually have a constant current charging your lithium-ion battery. That's what the RCI box is monitoring, the current to your device. And so if it's less than 50%, then we are at this constant current. We call that the maximum charge, which the blue letters on the left, charge current. So we count that as 100% charge current. Well, once it's learned, that's what the learning device actually does. First, we learn what the quiescent current is, basically before you plug the box in. Okay, so in this situation, you are now learning what we call the minimum current. So you have your brick plugged into your RCI box, okay, all right, but you don't have it plugged into your device you're going to charge. So that way you get a baseline, all right. So that baseline is before your constant current, and so it's got a reference. So now when when the device says, hey, plug it in for maximum current, okay, and it's actually measuring now the current going into the device, all right, that is where this blue flat line is. Now, again, below 50% of a battery capacity, we got a pretty good idea what that is. Now, as the battery charges, gets to about right at that precipice, okay, which is somewhere around 60 to 75%, depends on exactly the battery. Then the current starts falling off. You can see this blue line starts dropping, and as it gets closer and closer to charging up the battery, it approaches zero current. So what we are looking for is where this current charge is right about 50%. So 50%, if you go over to the blue line, then go up to the black line, that is about, okay, come on all the way over, that's 80%. So that is what we're looking for, is when it's about half current, we're about 80% battery full. So that's when the green light on the RCI box comes on, is about 80% or more. Now the kicker is once it approaches 100% charged and the current is 0, the RCI box doesn't know if it's completely full or you've actually unplugged it. So the light's green and it's sitting there and it's monitoring, and as that current gets smaller and smaller and smaller, okay, it goes, wow. If it's right around 1% or less, it will go, I don't think there's any more charge going on because it's actually unplugged, so it'll turn the LED off. Now to get around that, what you can do is have your laptop or device in a sleep state, but not too sleepy. So in other words, it's pinging the network, doing some background activities to keep a little bit of current flowing in, so that that current constant current line, that blue line, doesn't actually get to zero, and so then the green light would stay on the RCI box. So that's the technology. That's how it is working, and the app tries to figure out what that percentage of the battery is. Okay, when you're looking at the app, however, it's quite inaccurate, because the way that your laptop is doing its battery conditioning, and if there's apps running in the background that come on, go off, come on, go off, so it is not super accurate. It tries, but you can't rely on that as a comparison to what your actual laptop or tablet is telling you. That it's going to be much more accurate. But the 80% is pretty close. So it's 80% plus or minus maybe 5% or so. So it does a pretty good job. All right. Well, that's it for the technology video.